begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And now off to the races down the right side. He will score. Touchdown, Colts. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team to just score, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league that's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
1st down, they go right back to Pierce. Ronnie Harrison that time, able to make the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go again with Pierce. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Come on, set.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 60 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run here with Pierce. A little juke. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Stroud. He'll buy some time right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Stroud keeps it. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Stroud keeps it. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He did it. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Now a first carry here for Robinson. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Here we go. Here we go.
Pierce now up the middle. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to the ground with Pierce. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come.
Let's go.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 91 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Ready.
And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have moved out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 2.
Texans 9, Colts 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that going down the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
The boy juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check it.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Robinson will try to pick it up. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Not like a little power football that they're playing right there on the left side. That was the strong side of the offensive line. They paved the way.
They paved the way. He lowered the shoulder and powered forward to convert. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10, it's Richardson. He completes it to Beckham.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On third down, Robinson.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
A gain of 3. It's now 4th down and less than a yard.
QB sneak, Richardson.
The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
We just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done.
In motion left, the tight end.
Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On the double.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here.
And incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Samson Ibuka in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Eric Stokes in on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Richardson now on 2nd down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And that was one that I kind of saw it coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means a free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Schultz. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
First and 10, it's Stroud. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown.
Complete to
On 1st down, here's Stroud.
First down.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here goes Stroud again.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Hollywood Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Final play of the half, Stroud.
He's got a man, complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit. This certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Stroud to throw it.
Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 123 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Let's go.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Another carry for Pierce.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Richardson looking to throw.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Here we go.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
Forced out to his left. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Texans 29, Colts 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He's going deep for Brown.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Richardson on fourth down. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Delivers another one to Pierce.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
18 Cardinal.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
17.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a first down That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
162 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Let's go.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. A big play. 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And some room to roam now.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll.
Let's go now.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 23. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready.
And Stroud now to throw. He finds Pickens over the middle.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Again, it's Pierce.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Texans have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Texans 36, Colts 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it, it's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Here's Pierce. Is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal, Stroud.
And that will be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there and the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out.